What's up, everybody? Today we're working on the Yukon. We got to get it ready to get sold and go to its next owner. So what do we got to do to it today? Well, for starters, the radio doesn't work, so I got it a new head unit to replace its old one. And then I got to fix its driver's door handle, because there's supposed to be a spring right there. The old spring got all rusty and finally snapped off, so it wouldn't open the door. Unfortunately, you weren't able to see me get the door apart because I had to figure out what was wrong with it before you guys got back out here. But overall, this thing's got a pretty clean interior, which we'll be working on that also. I need to get it actually cleaned out, ready to go. So this is the head unit that it has. It's just an old Kenwood, and we're replacing it with another Kenwood. I know what you're thinking. Why not put a dang touchscreen in there? Oh, because this one was a little bit cheaper, and I don't know what kind of wiring the guy has back there. So to help simplify it, I just got the same thing over again. Well, mostly the same thing. This one doesn't have a CD player in it. The old one did. So once we get done with the radio and the door handle, I'm going to go ahead and do an oil change on it and then clean up the motor so I can figure out if there's anything else going on under there. The thing runs perfect. I think I was noticing a little bit of a valve cover leak, which is no big deal. But yeah, other than that, it's just cleaning it up, making it look pretty for the next person. So let me see if I can find a place to put you guys, and I can go ahead and get started on this this radio swap. I also bought it extra speakers just in case. If we end up not needing them, then they're gonna go into the Tahoe. They're just El Cheapo Boss Audio Systems Amazon special for like, I think it was 80 bucks for a set of 4. So, I mean, it's no Bose sound system, but it'd be better than No's sound system. So to get one of these dashes out, you got to put it all, the gear selector all the way down, steering wheel all the way down. Oh dang it, I'll try to be quick. Do a little popping and wiggling on that. And that's it. I already have my handy dandy Cobalt with the small extension and an 8mm, 7mm. All right. So there's 3 bolts. You got 1 on this side and 2 over here. So let's go ahead and get them out. All right, got all 3 of those. Now we can just, yep, pop you out. Let's see, we got a microphone, antenna, and there's a power plug. So this is, whoa! This is the old one coming out. I have to figure out how to get that out of its box. All right, let's check out this new one. All right, there's the new one. New versus old. As you can see, the new one, it doesn't have any space to be able to hold a CD, but the old one does. So that's the main difference there. Might make putting this thing back into the dash just a smidge easier. And now we can try to plug it in. Power plug fits, that was a big one. And we're just gonna hook up the same old crappy microphone because nobody uses that anyway. Put our 7mm bolts back in. Oh wait, well, I'll just put one in for one, or I'll just get them started for right now to make sure it doesn't fall out on me while I'm trying to turn it on and test it. Kind of getting ahead of myself a little bit, overly excited about this. All right, now where'd the dang key go? There we go. Okay. I'm gonna test this off camera so that I don't get no copyright stuff. All right, well, it works. It plays music. I had to fiddle with this speaker a little bit. It wasn't wanting to, this driver's side speaker wasn't wanting to play at all. What it was one of the power plugs going into the speaker was bad, so I had to use one of the power plugs that came in this little kit that I got. I tried to use, you know, the speakers come with their own wiring ends, you know, just these little doohickeys. Just wiring those on didn't do anything. So I figured, hey, you know, these plugs, it's made to plug straight into the factory wiring inside the door and then straight into the speaker. So I swapped out the plug and it started playing music. So that was pretty cool. I got the little 4-pack of these for 10 bucks on Amazon, so that only cost me $2.50. And the radio was 100 bucks. So $102.50 plus tax to fix the radio. So the goal of this is to just get the truck a little bit more comfortable and nice for people, and make sure that they have the maintenance and upkeep up to date. You know, we're just doing getting this radio done, getting that door handle done, oil change, clean off the motor, make sure that there's nothing else other than, you know, get that valve cover gasket leak fixed. You know, just take care of some odds and ends. And then we're also tomorrow, we're actually going to be taking it to try to find it a less used set of tires, because these ones are pretty old and I worry about them. I'd hate for somebody to get them and have a blowout or something within a couple of weeks. So I'd rather get some that are only a year or two old. We can usually find some good deals on them. But anyway, let's quit jabbering and we'll move on to the door handle. I got a brand new painted door handle from Amazon. That one was, we'll just say 50 bucks. It was right under 50 bucks. So this should all just snap right into place. I have to figure out how to get the door lock cylinder out of the old one, and then should be able to boop all the connectors together and on our way. So let's get started on that. So out here we're looking at this little metal rod with its little plastic tab. Should just be able to swing that dude out. There we go. I need both hands. And I say I need both hands for that because those little plastic clips that are on there get really delicate over time, so I don't want to mess them up. Alright, we got it loose. See, it's just that little plastic clip. It hooks on. You stick your metal rod into the little hole, and then you got that little clampy part right there that swings down and clamps onto that rod. Making me look bad in front of my friends, dude. Come on. Get off. Huh. Got him. It was just this little E-clip, this little clip thingamajiggy. Just got to roll it off of there. You can see it better on this one. It's just this clip right here. There we go. And hopefully I orientated that correctly. I don't know. I'm sure you'll remember because it was only 5 seconds ago for you. All right, let's see if we can get this thing to connect back together for us. All right. There we go. All right, I know you couldn't see much there. It's just a little finagling. Get them 2 little clamps in. Now we got to try to get the little 10 mil nuts back onto here without dropping them inside the door. There's one. I think I'm gonna need my ratcheting wrench for another one. All right, there's 2. There it is, way up in there. Can you see it? It's in there. All right, let me go find my ratcheting wrench. Aha, got him. Got him. And these don't need to be super tight. They're just snugging them. Good and snug. Boom. Now I gotta get this little rod connected here. All right. Please work. Ha! That was a close call. I didn't want to unlock. Or it had locked it. It was in the lock position. And so I went to open the door and I didn't want to do anything. Nice. Look at that. Perfect match. Looks like the other one's just less dingy. Here, let's wipe some sweat on it. Now it'll kind of blend in a little bit. Well, I think the next logical part is to put this door panel back in. So we're just gonna squeeze that back over a little bit. Hopefully it probably won't stay there. On these door panels, it's all just a bunch of hooks. So you just kind of hook it into place and then put a couple of screws to hold it. I do wish I could get this thing in a door panel, because this part's all messed up, but you can only do what you can do, I guess. Start getting too much into these things, and next thing you know, you're on a full restoration, $10,000 deep in it, and nobody wants to buy that. And there's one lonely screw on here. It's a 7mm. He goes right up in there, right above the door handle. Boom. And the last piece of the puzzle, the little trim piece for the mirror. All right. Now we just got to flip on the key and make sure everything still works. All right. All right, this one, that works. I'm just gonna have to take the word for it that the other one works, because I can't see it because the door is open. Everything works. All right, now we just got to go back in the reverse order. That all the way down, that one all the way down. There we go. Perfect. This thing hasn't started in a couple of weeks while I was waiting on getting parts to be able to do all of this. I hooked it up to a battery maintainer the other day so that it would charge, make sure the battery is still charged, and especially keep it charged while I'm in here working with the radio and all that, which was surprisingly a lot faster than I thought it was going to be. So I'm really happy for that. Let's get on with it and see what this thing sounds like after a week of not running. That was anticlimactic. It started right up. What do you expect? Fuel level low. I know, it's been low since I parked it. It's bad. We're just going to back it up onto the rocky area back here so I can do the oil change. Not, you know, in grass. It's slightly better to do the oil change on rock. Well, sweet. That worked out great. Let me get out of here real quick, and then we'll get set up so we can do an oil change. Oh, I forgot to grab paper towels. I also forgot to grab the new oil filter. Dang it! I gotta crawl my fat butt out of here. Gonna go ahead and take my drain valve off. I'll put that up for next time I change the oil in the Tahoe, and I'll move it over to the Tahoe. And things got expensive on me. Normally I would have just left it for the next guy. Oh, dang it. Oh, it's so much more difficult to change the oil on this thing compared to the Tahoe and the Jeep. It's just so low. Bottom side is done. Let's get out of here. Oh, tuck and roll. Tuck and roll, Tu Wong Fu. Oh, God. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Tu Wong Fu, but if you have, you might get the reference. The tuck and roll Tu Wong Fu. Oh, Patrick Swayze. Oh man, I forgot that I was going to get this thing an air filter. You're going to have to remind me for part 2. Alright, what am I looking for? Funnel. Meet Nicholas Fennell. Nicholas Fennell. Gotta go with the Valvoline, even though I'm trying to sell it and save a couple bucks. Now I need about another quart out of this one. I don't want to run this too much right now because it's sitting on low gas. So we're going to run it up to the gas station, put some gas in it, and then whenever I get back, I'll double check my oil level. Alright, so we decided to just go ahead and get an air filter real quick. Doesn't look too terrible. Trying to be real careful about not stripping these stupid little screws out. You are only just screwing into plastic, so you don't need to monkey wrench them things into there. One more thing knocked off the list. Very nice. Well, I think that's going to be it for today, folks. Tomorrow we're going to take it and get it some tires and get it cleaned up, ready to go. I really thought the radio was going to take a lot more time than what it did. Thankfully, it just went right in. All the speakers except that one worked, but it was an easy fix to get that one going again. It's a bit strange that the plug is what went out, but hey, I'll take it. Beats putting a whole new set of speakers in here. Now I can put them into the Tahoe whenever I start working on that. I think the next big project after the tires is going to be trying to see if I can swap the catalytic converters from this with the ones on my Tahoe. They look slightly different, but if they'll bolt in there and make that engine code go away on the Yukon, then that would really help get it sold. People don't like seeing check engine lights on, and that's the whole reason the check engine lights on is the converters are blown out. I'd rather put the good ones that I have on the Yukon because I'm selling it. The Tahoe I can worry about some other day. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Y'all stay blessed.